Unfortunately, a lot of the chemicals that are in these products are toxic. They have impacts on our bodies that can be
Welcome to Conversations with Verdel Jones. I'm your host, Verdel Jones, and we're about sharing informative and enlightening conversations and empowering your passion with purpose. We are so excited about our show today. So today's guest is a true community leader, an advocate for women's health. Joining me is Nikki Stewart, and she is the director of the Witness Project of Long Island, which is a program dedicated to raising awareness about breast and cervical cancer and helping women access early detection screenings and vital support services. So thank you so much, Nikki, for being here.
Thanks for having
me. Yes. So welcome back. Welcome back. It's a pleasure to have you, and I really appreciate the work that you are doing within our community. So in this conversation, we're going to be diving into an important but sometimes overlooked topic, which is toxic chemicals in personal care products and how they impact our health, and particularly in African-American women, as we were just talking about. So you also share awareness of how advocacy and education can help save lives, knowing this information and help people to make choices or different choices in their everyday lives. Yes. So I'm really excited to kind of jump right into this because it is a sometimes overlooked discussion that people have. What originally inspired you to get into this type of work?
It's a little bit of right place, right time, a little bit of providence. Mm-hmm. I had a career my career kind of jumped all over the place. I did some work in government. I did some work in community relations. And then my father got sick. And he was the editor of the Point of View newspaper. And so he needed a little help with the newspaper because he was diagnosed with emphysema.
Oh, wow.
So I started working with him, and he sent me out to cover a story, and it was a health disparities story. So I went out and I attended the conference on health disparities, and I left and I was all fired up.
Wow.
I wanted to be a part of this, and what could I do? And then I was like, there's nothing I could do and whatever. And then, my father learned how to manage his illness, and it was time for me to find another job. And at that same time, a job became available in the Witness Project. And it was someone my mother knew who told me to apply for this job. Right. But it was also right place, right time, and providential. And it has truly been the blessing of my life.
So for people who are not familiar with the Witness Project of Long Island, what is it and what work do you do?
The Witness Project of Long Island is a national program. So we are one of, I believe, currently 15 sites around the country. And our main focus is breast and cervical cancer education outreach. African American women are dying at approximately 40% more than our white counterparts from breast cancer, and approximately 50% more than our white counterparts from cervical cancer. So some researchers at the University of Arkansas came up with an intervention to address that. Each site is administered individually, so each site kind of we've all branched out into different things now. So most sites aren't just doing breast and cervical cancer. So while that is what we provide education on, what we are able to go out in the community and talk about, we really work now in general health disparities. So we'll get other subject matter experts and partner with them to provide education out in the community.
Okay. So that brings us to, what I was talking about at the beginning, in reference to dangerous and toxic chemicals.
Yeah.
And it being a topic that sometimes is not talked about as much. So there's toxic chemicals in everyday, care products, like lotions and hair relaxers, deodorants, cosmetics, all of that.
Yeah.
Can you help us understand why these chemicals are what they are and or how they can impact us, especially women of color?
Yes. So there's a few things about toxic chemicals and personal care products. One, think about the number of products you use daily. We brush our teeth. We put on makeup as women. We put on lotions. We put on soaps. We wash our hair. We use nail polish. We use perfumes. We use so many products that touch the biggest organ in our body, which is our skin. And so most of these products have over 168 chemicals in them each.
Wow.
And unfortunately, a lot of the chemicals that are in these products are toxic. They have impacts on our bodies that can be, trigger allergies, which can include asthma attacks, skin irritations, hair loss.
Wow.
Or, respiratory in some way, sniffles, whatever. Then there are endocrine disruptors. They impact our endocrine systems, our hormones, so they can mimic hormones in our bodies and make our bodies think that they've released hormones that they haven't, so you'll have lower levels of hormones in your system than you should. Or they can block the hormone receptors so that when the hormones are released in our bodies, they're not reaching the receptors they need to reach and not impacting them. Or they can stimulate hormones to be produced or have the body not produce those hormones. And then there are chemicals that are carcinogenic. So they can have these whole host of impacts on our bodies. They can be cancerous. They can increase asthma, metabolic syndromes, diabetes, obesity, fertility, reproductive issues. It can girls. We're seeing young girls having puberty earlier. And a lot of it can be attributed to these chemicals.
Oh, my goodness. That's scary.
Yeah.
It's very scary.
Yeah.
And studies from NIH Environmental Working Group confirm that Black women face higher exposure to these toxic chemicals due to the products that are marketed to them. How is the Witness Project helping to raise this awareness? I mean, I saw you speak at an event, and I automatically thought that people really need to hear about this. So what are you doing to empower women to make safer choices?
The most important thing we're doing is talking about it. We're not just, when we go out and we talk about any diseases, cancer, diabetes, whatever, we always try to bring into the conversation the fact that what you put on and in your body contributes to the disease that we're getting.
Wow.
We just had a breast cancer forum in October, and we had a workshop on toxic chemicals and personal care products, and we let people DIY their own non-toxic scents. So it's important to teach people not just that these things exist, but that there are things that they can do to lower their impact in their lives.
And what are some simple steps that people can take today to reduce the exposure to these harmful chemicals?
The easiest thing you can do is download an app.
Okay.
There are apps. There are a few apps out there. The Environmental Working Group has an app called Healthy Living. There's an app called Detox Me. There's an app called Think Dirty. There's an app called Clearia. And all of these apps, when you go shopping, you can scan the barcodes on the products that you want to buy, and it'll let you know if it has chemicals that we really don't want on our skin in them. Additionally, some products aren't going to be on there. Some of those apps will even let you put the ingredients on those into those apps.
And the ingredients are about this long.
Yes, but if the product you want doesn't have isn't scannable,
right?
Then at the very least you can put the ingredients.
Wow.
That being said, one of the things about toxic chemicals in our products is all the ingredients don't have to be listed. If they have a proprietary blend, they don't have to list like fragrance. There are a whole host of chemicals in fragrance, and they don't have to list any of them. All they have to do is put fragrance on the label. So just because we're reading labels, and it's important to read labels and get a list of the worst chemicals and read the labels, but just because we're reading the labels doesn't mean we know what's in the products.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
It's tough.
And like you said, think about all the products you put on your skin every single day.
I watch these YouTube videos and TikToks and Instagram. I sound so old with these girls, and they're like, "Hey, watch me do my routine."
Right.
And they're putting 14 different serums, and one of the best things we can do to limit our exposure is simplify our process and use less products.
Got it. Yeah. So the Witness Project has focused on early detection and prevention of breast and cervical cancer. How does this conversation about environmental and product-related toxins connect to the mission of cancer prevention? And you had mentioned that a lot of these products do have cancer-causing chemicals. So how do you tie that into the work that you do on a day-to-day basis within the Witness Project?
So, as you said, a lot of the products have cancer-causing chemicals, and but there've been a lot of studies lately that are showing our hair relaxers, the dyes we're putting in our hairs, the braiding hair we're using have toxic chemicals in them that are showing up in the breast cancer tumors that women are being diagnosed with. So it was an easy connection. Once I started learning about it, which I only started learning about in 2017, but once I started learning about it, I started learning the products we're putting on our bodies are making their way into our fetuses, into our children, through our own bodies.
Right.
And the products we're putting on our young children's hair is also contributing to them being diagnosed with cancer and other diseases when they're adults.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Whew. The Witness Project is such a powerful organization, and I remember 6 years ago. It was about 6 years ago. You were on the show, and you were talking about the work that you're doing, and it seems like every year you're just building and building and building with more success and awareness and outreach to the community, whether it be local churches or schools, health organizations. What does the role of community and collaboration play in spreading this word, and how has that been since then?
We're all about cooperation. We're a small organization. We really are. We have one staff member. and a bunch of volunteers.
Right,
and we wouldn't run without the volunteers.
Okay.
But to get the word out there, we really need to collaborate.
Okay.
And so we work with other organizations and we give them the information. And they share it with their members and with their communities. Mm-hmm. And I always think about the Wella Balsam commercial from back in the 70s, where they say, and they tell two friends, and they tell two.
So on.
Exactly. And so the goal is for us to create healthy communities by sharing information.
Yeah.
And once I tell you the information, once your viewers see the information, they'll tell somebody in their life.
Yeah, absolutely. And it just keeps spreading, which is, and it's a good word and message to spread. So thank you very much. So how can people get involved with the Witness Project and become part of it, learn more about your events that you have or how to volunteer? And you can let them know right in that camera there.
So you can go to our website, witnessprojectli.org. There is a tab that you can click to volunteer with us. It will get you our information. You can use that tab to get on our mailing list. And we email out all the events we're doing. We have a whole host of events throughout the year. We would love for people to volunteer with us or just show up to one of our events, learn more, and share the information.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Before I let you go, I have one fire round question for you. One personal care product you swapped for a safer alternative.
So my biggest challenge in the universe was giving up Vaseline.
Oh, Vaseline? Wait a minute.
So think about it.
Really?
It is petroleum jelly.
Yes.
We put petroleum in our cars to run it.
We all grew up on Vaseline.
Oh my goodness, it was my
crack. So what's an alternative?
So there are a lot of alternative products out there that mimic Vaseline. There's a product called unpetroleum jelly. I think ALBA makes that one. I have a whole bunch of allergies, so it was hard for me to find the right one. But right now, I'm using grapeseed oil.
Okay. Oh, that's a great tip. Thank you. Get rid of the Vaseline. Oh, no.
I
know. Nikki, I want to thank you so much for sharing all this incredible insights and information with our viewers and all the work that you do with the Witness Project. It is greatly appreciated. You're dedicated to educating the community. It goes beyond, and it really creates that healthier community that we're looking for. So thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure. And if you want to learn more about the Witness Project of Long Island, make sure you reach out to them via their website, follow them on social media, and yes, just stay up with the Witness Project. Thank you.
Thank you.
Conversations with Verdel Jones is about sharing knowledge and inspiring action. So remember, in the words of Maya Angelou, when you learn, teach, and when you get, give. If you enjoyed our conversation, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you will never miss an episode. I'm your host, Verdel Jones. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.